Hello! Thanks for joining me. My name is Alessandro Massaro, and this is my first YouTube video about English language learning. I have more than 60 years of experience. First as an immigrant who came to the United States as a child with my parents, then as a teacher. At a very young age, I decided to teach English to people from other countries because I thought it would be a rewarding experience. And I also know that teachers have a good life. June, July, and August. Vacation time. So I've been teaching English to people from about 100 countries. I started a long time ago in community-based organizations and then in urban community colleges. I recently retired, so now I'm having a lot of fun making YouTube videos, Facebook page, and some private tutoring, and I also work part-time. Today I'm going to speak about my learning and teaching approaches. I'm going to speak about input plus one, theme-based instruction, integrated skills, asset-based instruction, and Fluency First. I am 100% sure that these approaches work. Input plus one, first and most important, is real input. Listening input from movies and songs, reading input from articles and books, magazines, newspapers, so many forms of input, but it has to be real. The input should be a little difficult for us, a little difficult for the learners, but it should not frustrate or be too difficult. If the input is easy, what does anybody learn? Absolutely nothing. Theme-based. All the input should be theme-based. This means that everything we read and everything we listen to and speak about and write about should be about a central theme or idea. And these are some examples. Food, education in the USA, or any book. First, this is important because we can dig for more information about the same big idea. Dig means we keep talking about it, reading about it, listening, speaking, until we really get into it. Second, vocabulary and grammatical patterns are repeated, which is so important to learn and remember them. When we work with a theme, the vocabulary items are repeated, and we need that. Otherwise, we'll never remember all that vocabulary. This is more academic vocabulary, not the vocabulary we use when we're on the street speaking with our friends. The grammatical patterns are repeated. So we learn them, and then we can use them when we speak and when we write. A grammatical pattern means something like subject, verb, object. It means how coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions connect ideas. Integrated skills means that we learn and practice listening, reading, speaking, vocabulary, pronunciation, writing, and yes, grammar together and at the same time. We don't separate them. So I like to begin with a book and then find movies, songs, and videos that connect to the book. That's a lot of input, and then we can practice all of the language skills. Asset-based. An asset is a positive. The positives are more important than the negatives. Don't focus on mistakes. Pay attention and learn from the mistakes. Learn from them. But first, focus on the good and not the bad. The goal is to become fluent and smooth, just like the wind. If we focus on the mistakes, it will take us more time to become fluent. Fluency First means that this is how we learned our first language, our native language. We made many mistakes, but our language production, speaking and writing, was fluent, flowing like water, moving easily and gracefully. Then with more real input and error correction, we become more accurate. Accurate means that we make fewer mistakes. I think books and novels work best. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho has been by far the most popular book for the people I have worked with. So I highly recommend it if you have not already read it. It has been translated into many languages. If you have read it in your native language, it might be a good idea to read it in English and then compare the languages. If you have not read The Alchemist, Santiago is the main character. He's a shepherd boy. A shepherd is a person who takes care of sheep. And he enjoys his life while he moves from place to place, taking care of his sheep in Andalusia, Spain. However, he keeps having an unfinished dream which tells him he must go to Egypt, where he will find a treasure near the pyramids. He decides to sell his sheep to take this trip. Have you ever been to the pyramids? I would love to go. If you have questions, please contact me. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube videos, or maybe you'll see me fishing someday. I love to go fishing. Thanks for your attention. I hope you found this video helpful and useful.